Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa and this is Return to Love. So if those of you who have been following me from day one know that this channel is mostly about mental health and specifically my postpartum depression journey and everything around that. So if you're interested in that kind of content, if it's your first time here, consider subscribing to my channel and I hope you enjoy the family. So let's get right into this video. So I've been MIA for a good while. I think it's been 2 months since I uploaded my last video. I'm really sorry about that. I was a bit overwhelmed and it was really hard for me to film or do anything. So I just kind of wanted to come and do this video and just talk about what has been going on in my life and my whole postpartum journey. So if you've clicked on this video, you might be going through postpartum depression, or you know somebody who is, or you're just pregnant and trying to find out about all the different things. And if you're like me, you might have Googled and done a little bit of research, and you might realize that most of the research talks about postpartum depression being for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and up to a year. There are very few articles out there who speak of the possibility of postpartum depression actually prolonging past a year. And it's only actually until recently that I found one that spoke about it being able to be up until 3 years even. And this has been the story of my life. I gave birth in 2019 and I am only now starting to feel as though I am able to do something to get out of it. That might sound really strange because I've been trying a ton of things, but I have not really succeeded to get out of this black hole of depression, or this inability, or this whole feeling like you don't really feel like yourself. Like, you know, you're there, but you're not there. You're here, but it's not really you, and you don't even know who this person is. Well, it's you, but it's not. This kind of identity crisis that I've been going through, and most people who suffer from postpartum depression might be able to relate to that. I just wanted to talk about in my next upcoming videos about the different reasons why I think, based on research and based on my experience, why I think that my postpartum depression actually went up until 3 years. And I'm not saying I'm cured, I'm not saying I'm completely healed, but I definitely have started to identify the difference between postpartum depression, regular depression that may have been what has been happening after the postpartum depression and that kind of thing. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about that because honestly, there's not a lot of research out there about it. And if you are going through postpartum depression, I have met a lot of people lately who are, and who are really confused about the fact that it is taking longer than they had anticipated, or that research is saying it should, and etc. So I just wanted to talk in the next couple of videos about my reasons why I think that I had postpartum depression longer than the average person. So there's many different things to consider: history, mental health history, and a bunch of other things. So I just wanted to dive into that and give you guys a little bit more insight and a little bit more information, and hopefully it'll be helpful for you. And if you are going through it, or your spouse or a loved one is going through it, then you might be able to do something about it quicker. You might get help quicker, or you might just have a better mental health sooner than this whole long 3 years. Because, honey, 3 years is a really long time to have this out of body experience. You might see it in the movies and think it's cool. It's not cool. It's really horrible. And it's been a really long time. So the past couple of months, I've been trying to find myself again. I have literally been trying to figure out who I am. I've been going back and forth between the person I was before I had Jasmine Sarai. That's my daughter's name, by the way. the person I was before, desperately trying to go back to that person, and then realizing that I could really never go back to that person, getting frustrated because I realized I can never go back to that person. I'm a completely new person now, and then trying to find ways to love this new person while trying to upgrade this new person, because I need to level up. I can't remain the depressed mom, the unfit mom, the overweight mom, the broke mom. I can't continue being this mom. This is not who I was designed to be. I believe in God. I believe in His plan for my life. And I believe that He wanted something completely different for me, but that He allowed me to go through this whole phase of postpartum depression because of you. You guys who will be coming to my channel and will be finding the strength and the hope that God has given me to continue, because I have wanted to give up so many times during this journey. I have wanted to quit, jump off the balcony, and do all kinds of crazy things just because I was tired and fed up. But God really kept me going. The support of family and loved ones kept me going. And this is something that maybe not everybody has. And that's why I want to also create this community of like-minded people who might have been going through the same things, who can talk in the chat and can just encourage each other. I hope that every time you come to my videos, you will find strength, you will find encouragement, you will be able to identify maybe even much sooner what is going on with you, how you're feeling, why you may be feeling that way, and some of the things you can do to help it. So I really want this channel to be very positive. Although my experience was dark and bleak, I want to be honest, transparent, and share it. But I also really want to give hope, because I really do believe that although many times you may not feel like it, that this too shall pass. You will survive it. Postpartum depression does not last forever. You are going to do better, even though it may not feel like this, even though you might have been going through it for longer than a year, or maybe like me for even 3 years, and you start getting very desperate, you start getting very depressed because you're seeing how prolonged it is, and like you're not really getting better, nothing is really working out for you. And it really affects every single area of your life: your mental health, your physical health, your weight, sometimes your lack of discipline, and all these other things, your relationships with family, your spouse, your child even, and other members of the family, your work, your social life, everything. And in my case, even my spiritual life really suffered through this period of my non-existence. I would say I was alive, but I wasn't living. I was really dead. And I just wanted to talk about that with you guys, and I really hope that you guys will be enjoying this series that I'll start doing about the different reasons why I think that my mental health has been on a decline for the last 3 years, and what I want to start doing to fix it. So I just want to touch on the first reason why I think that my mental health or my postpartum depression lasted a bit longer than the average person who go through postpartum depression. And that is, I'll pop it up on the screen here for you. That is because of my history with mental health disorders. So I had been mentally ill, or I had suffered from depression in the past already. I'll talk about that in other videos maybe, but I had already had a history of depression, anxiety, and some other stuff, suicidal issues and other things like that. And I think that that has definitely, well, I don't think, I'm sure that that was a contributing factor to why I was more prone to postpartum depression and why it lasted longer, because I already kind of had a pattern of it. I had already gone through it. It was something that I had lived through, and I had almost already controlled my identity before even having a baby, and before having the extra added stress and emotions that then took over. So history of mental health disorders or mental illness are usually one of the contributing factors to why somebody might get postpartum depression. And in my case, I definitely think that it contributed to why it lasted a lot longer, because of the fact that I had been living with depression for a couple of years already, and it's almost like I fell back into step. Even though before I got married, I had done more than a year of regular counseling, I felt a lot better. I didn't feel as depressed. I didn't feel like there was something wrong with me or anything like that. I felt healthy and I felt mentally stable and healthy in order to take on marriage and possible pregnancy and motherhood. Unfortunately, I had depression again and all of that kind of spiraled out of control. So that's a point I wanted to talk about today, the fact that your history with mental health can also affect the possibility of you going through postpartum depression, and maybe the possibility of you having a more prolonged journey of it if not help. So the tip I would like to give in this video is seek help early. This is a very complex thing because although I did a bachelor's in behavioral science and I read so much about mental health and a mother's mental health during pregnancy and after, as surprising and crazy as this may sound, it really did take me a long time to identify the fact that I was going through postpartum depression. I was so blind to it. I was so ignorant to it. I was living it, but not living it. Like, I was living it, but it wasn't me. I was like a spectator to my own disease. I was just watching it from a distance without naming it, without saying, hey, this is wrong, something is wrong, your feelings are really overwhelming. I wasn't naming it. It was just happening and I was just outside of it. It's a really weird sensation, but that's kind of how I feel that it went, and I definitely really took a long time to identify it. And to be very honest with you, I never sought professional help. It is really important to seek professional help as soon as you realize that you're very overwhelmed or that you might be going through postpartum depression. Talk to your spouse, talk to a loved one, let them support you in finding the right care and the right help for this challenge. So I'm so happy we had this little talk. I don't know, it's like therapy for me coming on here and talking about it. It's so personal. It's sometimes really weird, but it just feels, it's crazy because I'm a really private person, but it just feels so natural to sit in front of a camera and talk to you guys and just pray to God that it would really help somebody out there to watch these videos and to know it does get better, okay? It does get better. I've done it for 3 years. This is not ideal. Don't try this at home. Seek help, but it does get better. You can get healthy. You can get over it. You are stronger than that. You were strong enough to go through this. So I would just encourage anybody to hold on to this promise of God and to know that He'll never give you more than you can bear. And I just can't wait to talk to you in my next video. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Consider becoming part of the family. I look forward to this journey with you guys together to return to love yourself again. I am really trying, and I know we will definitely get through this together. Share this video with your loved ones. If you know somebody who just got a baby or who's pregnant or who just needs or could benefit from this kind of video, send it to them. Give me a like. It really helps my channel out a lot. And see you in my next video. Bye.